In this video, we will discuss material about scatter diagram and correlation. Did you know about scatter diagram before? Or are you watching this video to learn more about what a scatter diagram is? Okay, let's learn together about this scatter diagram. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Deswita Merry K. You can call me Deswita or Mary. I am a student at 𝑫𝒊𝒂𝒕𝒕𝒆𝒓 University from Mathematics Education. Okay, without any further ado, let's get to the material. Okay, in this video, we will discuss what a scatter diagram is and what a correlation is. We will also learn together about how many types of scatter diagram patterns there are. And we will try to work together on question about the basics of scatter diagram. So, scatter diagrams are the simple and most effective diagram for showing whether there is a certain relationship between two vectors or variables. Scatter diagram can be used to see the correlations of a cause or vector that occurs continuously and is thought to have an influence or character on other vectors. Correlation is used to see the relationship between variables. If there is a relationship between variables, change that occur in one variable will result in change in other variables. So, what can we conclude? In this material, the things that need to be distinguished are the concept of correlation and cause and effect. Two variables are said to have a cause and effect relationship if change in one variable result in change in the other variables. Just because two variables have a correlation does not mean there is always a cause and effect relationship between them. Because correlation only look at the pattern. So the scatter diagram has a pattern, guys. If you think it only has one type of diagrams, you are wrong. Okay, let's get straight to the types of pattern. Types of scatter diagram patterns. The scatter diagram has several patterns that we need to know. Let's look at the next explanation. First is positive correlation. Positive correlation is a relationship between two variables when both variables move in the same direction. Therefore, one variable increases as another variable increases, or one variable decreases while the other also decreases. If we look at picture, we know that the point will rise, right? So the point will go up from bottom left to the top right. Okay, second is there is a tendency for positive correlation. Tendency for positive correlation even if X rise or up and Y tends to rise or up too, but there may be other factors that influence it. So they rise or up together, but not due to the same factor like the positive correlation before. We can see from the picture it's a little difference from the previous positive correlation before. That's why this graph is called there is a tendency. Third is there does not appear to be a correlation. It means change in one variable do not necessarily mean difference in other variables. If you look at the picture, it is very clear that the variables are very scattered. So the pattern has no correlations. And fourth is there is a tendency for negative correlation. Tendency for negative correlation is mean even when X rise or up, but Y tends to fall or down. We can see from the picture if Y is down but X-axis is up. So this is a tendency for negative correlation. And last is negative correlation. Negative correlation is a relationship between two variables when an increase in one variable is associated with a decrease in the other variables. So y will go down and x will go up. We can see from the picture. So those are some patterns from scatter and correlation diagrams. There are positive correlation, there is a tendency for positive correlation, there does not appear to be a correlation, there is a tendency for negative correlation, and last is negative correlation. Okay guys, to get to know more clearly about scatter diagrams, let's study the following questions together. So I have 3 questions, and this question 1. Micha wants to know the relationship between high school graduation rates and poverty rates. The data obtained by Micha is presented in the form of a scatter diagram on the side. A. What is the distribution patterns of the points drawn in the diagram above? And B. What kind of conclusion can you draw regarding the relationship between the percentage of high school graduation and the percentage of poverty? Okay, so we can see from the picture that the y-axis is the percentage of poverty and the x-axis is the percentage of graduation. Okay, we will discuss question number 1. From the scatter diagram on the side, the distribution patterns of the point drawn in the diagram is the dots have a tendency to decrease downwards when viewed from top left to bottom right, right? Because we know the dot is spread and the dot is downwards when viewed from top left to bottom right. So we can answer point B. What kind of conclusion can you draw regarding the relationship between percentage of high school graduation and the percentage of poverty is the higher the percentage of high school graduation and the lower the percentage of poverty. Yes. Okay, next in question number 2. The problem is the following table provides information regarding the sugar content and number of calories in one serving of 13 sample brands of cereals. The table is this. Point A. Draw a scatter diagrams or scatter diagrams from the data above. B. What is the distribution patterns of the point drawn in the diagram above? And 3. What conclusion can you draw about the relationship between sugar and the number of calories? So, let's discuss about it. Okay, for point A, when we are asked to draw a graph, first we draw the x-axis and y-axis. Then, from our problems, let's say y is calories and x is sugar in grams. Now, from the question tables, the numbers we get are very clearly, guys. So it's easy. We can write the numbers known from the table in order from smallest to largest, or we can also write the closest multiple so that it is easy and not too long. So is the answer table. From 4 2 grams of sugar, the calories are 100. For 3 grams of sugar, the calories are 110. For 4 grams of sugar, the calories are 120. For 6 grams of sugar, the calories are 80. For 7 grams sugar, the calories are 130. For 8 grams sugar, the calories are 120. For 11 grams sugar, the calories are 110. For 12 grams sugar, the calories are 140. For 13 grams sugar, the calories is 120. For 14 grams sugar, the calorie is 190. And for 15 sugar, the calorie is 200, and so on, guys. Question B. What is the distribution patterns of the point drawn in the diagram above? If we draw the diagram, we know the dots tends to rise upward when viewed from the bottom left to top right. We can see from the diagram we made before. And for C question is, what conclusion can you draw about the relationship between sugar in grams and the number of calories? So the answer is, the higher the sugar content is the higher the calories. Okay, like this. Do you understand, guys? I think you understand a little now. So we move in the question number 3, and the problem is, for each pair of variables below, give your opinion whether they have positive correlations or negative correlations or no correlations, or correlation is close to 0. 1. About interest and loads of bank loans. 2. About height and IQ. 3. About height and shoe size. 4. About lots of trees and level of pollution. Okay, guys, we discussed the answer of this question number 3. We know clearly, guys, that point B and C have no correlation. Because what? Because height doesn't affect how high our IQ is and how big our shoe size is. There is not correlation, have no correlation. And what do you think is the answer to point A and D? Comment down below, or you can answer. So for point A, about interest and lots of bank loans, it is a positive correlation, guys, because they are interconnected. If the money we borrow is a lot or increases, then the interest we will get will be higher. And this is influenced by the same factors, so the point A is positive correlation. For point D, about lots of trees and level of pollution, it is a negative correlation. Why? Because the two of them will be opposite, guys. For example, when we plant lots of trees, pollution will go down or decrease. But on the other hand, if we plant less trees, pollution will continue to increase. Then it is a negative correlation. Okay, how are you guys? Does the material I'll provide make you understand a little more about scatter diagram and correlation? If you have any question, please comment down below. Thank you for watching this video. If there are mistakes in my pronunciation or in my material, I apologize. Okay, thank you guys. See you in the next video. Bye!